we're at T2T Wrestling. I'm here with Tim, and we have Royal Rumble to talk about. And apparently we have a time thing going on. Either that or Tim's not answering my questions or not. Oh, there is Tim!
I couldn't hear you. You didn't say anything.
I said a lot, actually.
Oh. Then I think we had a sound issue.
Clearly. Fantastic. Anyways, we're talking about Royal Rumble.
That we are.
This is not the 14th time we did this. No, not at all. Anyways.
Absolutely not.
Anyways, let's get into this. Because it's probably late for Tim. Somewhere in America.
Getting there.
Well, we got the first match. Was WWE Universal Championship with Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns. Which was...
And... good.
Tim doesn't have no problems with this match.
I have very few problems with this match, actually. Not even the result. I do have some problems because I still don't want what they are obviously building towards, but we'll get back to that later. We will probably make this into a 2-part video, in case Toya didn't say it in the entrance.
I totally didn't. We're making a 2-part video.
Yeah. You will see why later, mostly because, well, you'll see. But yeah, I wanted Rollins to win, which he did. I would have liked to see him actually get the title, but...
Yeah, he won by disqualification because...
Disqualification, yes.
Because Roman wouldn't let go of a hold after, whatever the guillotine, or whatever the heck that damn thing's called, I forget what he ever calls it.
Yeah, I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, I can't either.
Roman had Rollins in his submission hold. Rollins got to the rope, and Roman wouldn't guillotine choke, they call it. Roman wouldn't let go, and so he got disqualified. And then he got a chair and beat the crap out of Rollins.
And then Rollins just pretty much just laughed in his face.
Yeah. Basically, Rollins acted like Dean Ambrose would have done, or John Moxley would have done back in the day. It was very weird. But again, the whole thing was played up like Seth basically messing with Roman's head.
Mind games. All the mind games. Everything.
Came out through the audience with Shield music, Shield gear, Shield everything. Like, tried to do the fist bump with Roman in the ring. It was very well played.
It was great. It
was awesome.
I would have liked to see that storyline continue.
Yeah, so would I. I'm really sorry about where this is probably going. But,
right? Exactly.
But again, I'm not as upset about it as I have been about a lot of other Roman matches recently, because again, it was something new. It wasn't just, well, they fight, and Roman wins at the end. This was an actual storyline, and it's been a while since there's been an actual storyline in any of Roman's matches.
It's true.
I mean, they've tried to build up something back when he fought. Oh, can he defeat the demon that no one else can? Of course he could. Roman Reigns. We have been through my opinions on this before, but I mean, all of his matches the last 2 years have been the same. Completely the damn same match. Just with different opponents. This was something new. Something else, and it really, really worked. And again, it just proves how good Seth Rollins is, both in the ring and as a performer in general.
Yes, this is true as well.
But yeah, this is the first time in a while I'm actually somewhat positive about a Roman Reigns match.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. It was a good match.
Probably also be the last time in a while I will be positive about a Roman Reigns match.
Well, right now, let's just take this positivity.
Absolutely. This was a good start. It was fairly short. Again, less than 15 minutes, but again, with two Rumble matches, that's 2 hours just there. You have to cut down on the others anyway. So no, that was I actually have very little bad to say about that match.
And you
I think it
guys
was.
have crust in your heart. You're not having a heart attack. You're not dreaming this. He's actually saying this. This was a good Roman match.
I am actually saying this again. I have never had a problem with Roman as such. I've had a problem with the way they've been writing him, but this was really good. They have done this more or stuff like this more. I would have had a lot more. I would have liked his reign a lot more than his reign.
His
I would have
reign.
liked it a lot more than I did.
Yep. Like I said, I was right. Seth Rollins won.
You absolutely were. You convinced me to go with Seth Rollins for a victory, and you were 100% right. Rollins won.
Yeah, I didn't say it was get the belt. I said he won. Come on now.
No. Exactly.
Yeah,
it was very.
you know,
It makes perfect sense.
Yeah, the technicalities for some people out there.
Exactly.
But let's move on, because now we got the women's Rumble match. I'm just gonna name off the names.
Yeah.
In the order, and then we can talk about it.
Yeah.
So if I miss somebody, let me know, because
Yeah,
I was actually watching it with somebody, and they wouldn't stop talking.
Well,
you know that.
For once, it's not actually me
shouting
at. I just want to make that clear.
Yeah, well, that person
knows.
That person knows who that person is. Okay, they know.
You know what you did.
So we got number 1, Sasha Banks. Number 2, Melina. Number 3, Tamina. Number 4, Kelly. Number 5, Aaliyah. Number 6, Liv Morgan. Number 7, Queen Selena. Number 8, Bianca. Number 9, Dana Brooks. Number 10, Michelle McCool. Number 11, Sonya Deville. Number 12, we got Natalia. Number 13, Carmen, whatever her freaking name is, I don't know.
Cameron.
Number 14, Naomi. Number 15, Carmella. Number 16, Rhea Ripley. Number 17, Charlotte Flair. Number 18, Ivory. Number 19, Brie Bella. Number 20, Mickie James. 21, Alexa Fox. Number 22, Nikki ASH. Number 23, Summer Rae. Number 24, Nikki Bella. Number 25, who the hell is that? Oh, Sarah Logan. That was a surprise. Number 26.
Poor Sarah.
Right?
Poor Sarah. Who the hell are you?
Number 26, Lita. I could read my own writing. That's why I said that.
Absolutely.
Number 27, we got. Oh, Molly Holly. Number 28, Ronda Rousey. Number 29, Shotzi. And 30 was Shayna Baszler. Let's talk about them.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
I was happy to see Melina again.
No, but she wasn't there that long.
No, she was. I mean, I was happy to. Melina was very close to doing what we wanted AJ Lee to do.
Pretty much.
I mean, the only one who basically did that better was the only one who did that better. I think was Ivory.
Yes, Ivory. When she started talking about that. Oh my gosh, yes.
But
I mean, let me talk about Melina was so quick. I was like, during that time, I was cooking dinner, and I was like, oh, okay. Because I went back and forth to write the names down to make sure I was watching and cooking at the same time. I turned around for a quick second.
She was gone.
And she was gone. I'm like, damn, Sasha.
I mean, listen, I get that. I get that the returning legends, or whatever they are not the ones who are going to have the biggest impact.
Right.
But yeah, this was. Are you sure it was worth paying Melina for basically spending more time taking off her coat after her walk to the ring than actually being in it?
Right?
Are you sure that's worth your money? WWE, considering the amount of people you have fired recently.
Right? I'm like, can you really afford? I mean, really, can you really afford that? Like, you could have just pulled someone from NXT. I'm pretty sure they would have loved to come, like, But I'm like, okay. I just turned around and I'm like, was she gone already?
Yeah. In general, I'm not going to complain about it as such because, I mean, it is what it is, and it shouldn't be different either. I think they did too little with some of their return, people.
Yes.
I think someone like, for instance, Lita could probably have had a little more.
Lita, Mick James.
Lita is Lita, right?
Yeah, right.
She could have had more than,
what they gave her.
She had a long time in the ring. It wasn't like she didn't have a long time in the ring, but she didn't do anything.
Pretty much. I mean, she had like that little thing with Mickey James.
She eliminated Mickey James, and then she basically just hung around the ring for 10 minutes until she was kicked out.
Poor Mighty Holly. Like, Nikki Ash, like, I'm the only superhero, man. She beat the shit out of her.
That one amused me.
That one was
like,
funny.
Okay, I like this.
It was so funny.
That is good use of a returning legend, right?
Right?
Because it also builds up Nikki.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, Molly Holly came out in her Mighty Molly outfit. A long time before Nikki, Molly did the superhero thing. I think she originally did it alongside
Hurricane
Helms and Rosie.
Yeah.
I think she did it first, but she also for herself for a little while did the Mighty Molly thing, and she came out as Mighty Molly, and she came to the ring, and Nikki basically beat the snot out of her. Like, I'm the only superhero here.
There can only be one.
There can only be one superhero. It's me. It was so well.
Oh my god, it was so funny. It was so funny. I was like,
that's how you use it. See, that's how you can use like a returning legend. Some of the others, like Cameron, Michelle McCool, Alicia Fox, Summer Rae, they were just there as placeholders. That's what they were.
Yeah, pretty much.
They were there to say, "Hey, we also exist," and then they get. I think, with the exception of Michelle McCool and Lita, to a certain degree, Mickey James, I think all of them had less than 5 minutes, time in the ring between them.
Yeah.
It was very fast.
It was. I mean, they're not really there for.
I know that.
Like you said, they're not really there to do anything, but just
No, and like I said, I didn't necessarily want them to do more in the match. I just feel like.
I mean, I really like Ivory. Yeah. The sad little girls. I'm just like, oh lord.
Iris was fun. She was just doing her own. I am the moral guardian of WWE.
Rhea just puts her out like, here you go. There you go.
Bye.
Bye. He's like, how dare you? How dare you?
I mean, Ivory. How dare you? Ivory served a purpose by coming out like that, right?
Right.
Molly Holly served a purpose by coming out like that. I just feel like some of the others were like, why are they even there? There has to be someone on the roster who you could show off instead. There have to be. This wasn't like a match where there was one or two special surprises. I think it was almost a third of the competitors were either Hall of Famers or, free agents or whatever they call themselves these days. So
most people, nothing.
So I just wish they would have done something more with that. Like allowing Michelle McCool to pull off a tombstone. I mean, she's married to Taker. Something like that. But again, I'm not really complaining. They did exactly what I was expecting. I just feel like when we saw what we saw with Sarah Logan, Molly Holly, Ivory, I just feel like some of the others were a bit waste of potential. I feel like you could have done more with them.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. But I mean, it was cool to see.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
it was cool to see
Again,
the Hall of Famers. It was also cool to see, Naomi
I
coming back again,
I had forgotten
and
Summer Rae
and
existed.
and Summer Rae, and even Sarah Logan back as
I
Liv
mean, I
again.
have
I was
always.
like,
I know Sarah basically decided to retire and become a full-time mom and farm wife. But I've always been a big fan of Sarah Logan. I
that was actually
back in
a
the
surprise to
to me, yeah,
me,
I was very surprised she came back.
because I was like, I'm like,
Back in the
oh,
day, if you
go
yeah
ahead.
no go yeah go
No,
ahead
no,
no
no,
go ahead.
no, no, go ahead.
If you ask me who would be the big breakout star of that particular thing, I said I wanted it to be Sarah Logan. It turned out to be literally the only one I wouldn't have thought it would be in Liv Morgan. But I always had a good thing for Sarah as a wrestler. But yeah, she was like, where the hell did she come from all of a sudden?
I was like that. I was like,
Um,
whoa, let me wipe my eyes. Let me get my glasses. I kept seeing shit. That's Sarah?
yeah,
No, it is
I mean,
Sarah Logan. I'm like, oh shit.
otherwise it wasn't. This was a pretty decent match. Toya likes it a little bit better than me. Maybe it's again
I didn't
just
say I
because
liked it better than you.
okay, fair. Yes, you did
No, I
actually.
didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Um, stop disagreeing with me.
Well, stop lying.
um, maybe it's I don't. I felt I kind of felt it was messy. Like it never really got into a proper rhythm, and I think it might have something to do exactly with the amount of surprise returns that sort of constantly got in the way of what they were otherwise trying to build. Because there were storylines in this. There was, of course, Liv Morgan trying
Which
to get back there, and Liv Morgan's reunion with Sarah Logan. There is Rhea Ripley and Nikki ASH having their little thing. There were plenty of things, and I just felt like every time something was starting to build to something interesting,
there was Ronda Rousey and Charlotte
it
Flair. It was
lost
very shit.
momentum.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just felt like it lost momentum throughout, and then of course Ronda Rousey came back and eventually at the end eliminated Charlotte Flair to go winner.
Yeah, because it was like,
And
what was the last four? It was Charlotte, Ronda, Shayna, and who was the other one?
Shotzi,
Shotzi, yeah.
yeah, she was the last. Um, but yeah, Rondy won.
Rondy! Rondy!
Rondy
Ronda!
Rouser, Rondy Rouser won,
Yay!
and
I
and
guess.
I have no real problem with this.
I mean, I don't have a problem with
I
it either. I didn't really have.
I
I really didn't have a problem. I would have liked to see Liv one because of the
yeah
storyline thing, but
yeah
I
I
didn't have any other. I mean, it was like we were talking about it behind the scenes, or it was like, well, what if Riley came back? I was like, I'd be cool with that if she came
yeah
back and won. I don't have a problem with
I
that.
mean I am more surprised we didn't see Bailey, but I guess either they didn't want to waste her on a return where she wouldn't, do
Win,
anything specific anyway,
right?
or maybe she's just not ready. I mean, I
One of the
don't know
two.
how long. I mean, that injury was supposed to keep her out for nearly a year, and it's only been, I think, about 6 months.
Yeah. So
So,
yeah,
I mean, there is just the possibility that she might not be ready until after Mania.
which is fine.
But which is fine. But I mean, if she doesn't show up before Mania, I'm sure we will see her
We can
on
always
the
see another Sasha fucking return.
yeah, whatever. It doesn't particularly matter. I didn't mind Ronda winning. I got some problems with it later but we'll get to that later. We'll get to that in the second video. That is the rant video where we will tell you what we didn't like about all of this.
Right. But
It
yeah,
looks like Ronda is going to challenge Charlotte, I guess.
maybe we'll find out. I guess maybe
Yeah.
they're supposed to be on. She's supposed to be on Raw.
She's supposed to be on Raw today. It's just something I heard
Well, not for you
from
guys today, but for us because recorded on Monday. But yeah,
yeah, we're recording this on Monday. It's just something I heard that they're gonna that they. I know she's gonna be on Raw, but I guess they're gonna make her put her up against Charlotte.
Oh, make you do it, woman.
Make you. Anyway, let's move on.
We have to. No, okay, let's move on.
No, not really. We can just go home now.
All right, cool. Bye,
I am
guys.
home. Bye.
Okay. What was next? The Raw Women's
That
Championship?
was Becky Lynch versus Doudrop, Women's Raw Championship.
I like this match.
I did too.
I feel like a lot of people.
It shows that Doudrop really can wrestle.
Yeah, well, I feel like a lot of people, because they look at Doudrop and they don't remember that Doudrop used to be Piper in NXT, and she was fucking awesome there. It's like,
yeah, and I think she did some stuff. I mean, she's done stuff on the Independents as well.
Yeah. So she,
and
it's kind of like she's really good, and I think a lot of people just don't realize that, or they forget that, or they don't know, because it's like, I'm like,
I think a lot of people don't know. I also think it was the way she came into the company as the bubblegum crony of Carmella.
You mean Carmella?
Sorry, not Carmella.
The other one. What's her freaking name?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Oh, damn.
Oh, shit.
Whatever.
Whatever. The girl with the pink hair, whatever. I don't fucking remember.
Yeah, exactly.
If I find it, guys, if I remember, guys, I'll put a picture up. Oh, that person.
That person.
Right there. Anyway.
Anyway.
It doesn't matter. She got fired. Who cares?
Yeah, I mean, the point is, that was kind of the way she came into, that was the kind of way she came into the company, so I kind of feel like people might be, also, I mean, fat people have a tendency to be underestimated as wrestlers. That's basically just the way she is.
Yeah. Well, because, I mean, and also, like we had said in our prediction show, we're talking about how she was all, like, bubblegummy, and then all of a sudden, like, they switched her.
Ava Marie. That was who was.
That's who it is.
Ava Marie.
Okay, cool. I don't have to find the picture. But anyway, and she was all, like, being, like, this, I guess, a face to, like, a heel, like, so quickly. Yeah, and it was like,
drop of a hat.
And so it's like people hadn't gotten used to her being a face, but then you want to switch her over to a heel, and then fight another heel in Becky. I'm just like, okay, you could have left her a face.
I think this really worked. I actually think this worked incredibly well for what they wanted to do. Becky retained, by the way.
Clearly.
Spoilers, but Becky
oh my god, I can't believe you told them that.
I know.
I mean, it's called the Result Show, but I mean, you know,
maybe if I didn't tell them, we could have made them believe that she didn't win.
We could have made them believe it never happened.
Yeah, but I think Becky winning, but Doudrop actually looking pretty good, and them having a really good match, I think that'll do well for. I mean, it's quite obviously what they're doing with Doudrop. They're making her into the new, as we talked about last week. They're making her into the new Nia Jax. The same kind of, physically big bully character.
Hopefully less injuries.
Hopefully less able to injure her opponent. Yes, that would be nice. But I think they did really well in building her up like that. There was no way she should have gotten the title there anyway. She's simply not. I don't think she's ready to hold it just yet. She needs, what was it you said? She needs a bit more
seasoning.
Some time.
Some more seasoning. She's not. She ain't quite done yet. You know, I need more seasoning. Exactly. It's like, okay, I can smell it, but it's like it still tastes bland.
Yeah, needs a little bit of garlic. I think.
Right, a little something.
But they had a really good. Again, they had a really good match.
They really did.
Definitely showed that, Becky Lynch is Becky Lynch. We all know that, but also showed that Doudrop really is good at this. If they are smart, they're taking her out of the main title picture now and having her win an actual feud against
someone.
Yeah.
Perfect
Perfect would be Tamina. just because Tamina is also a big girl, and that was like establish Doudrop as the premier big girl in the business. Sorry, Tamina, no offense.
Rude.
It's not that I want to turn you into a jobber for
Yes,
as
he
such,
does.
but
Yes, he does.
just saying, I think she would be
Tamina,
ideal.
he wants to turn you a job. If I was you, I'd kick his ass.
Yeah, well, she could probably. Not probably, she could.
Definitely.
She absolutely could.
I'm
She
not.
absolutely could. There are people on the women's roster I would say I would have a fair chance just because of the amount I outbulk them. But yeah, Tamina could kick my ass in a heartbeat.
Like, oh, you should have been talking that shit. No.
Yeah. But anyway, like I said, this really worked. This was a good match. It wasn't match of the evening or anything, but it was a good match. I had fun. I had fun all the way through it, and we got the right result and the right way out of it. It worked really well.
Yes, very good match. Congratulations, Becky. Moving on.
Also, by the way, just really quickly,
No.
it was nice to see Becky win with something that wasn't the disarmer. It was nice to see her actually getting a pin victory for once.
Yay.
Yay!
Moving on. We got the WWE Championship. Wow. Okay. Brock Lesnar versus
Glazer.
Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley with
Yep.
Paul Heyman in Brock Lesnar's corner. Yeah.
There was absolutely nothing about this match we can talk about that people don't already know.
But we have to talk about it to act like they don't know.
Yeah, it's not that I won't. I'm just saying it was entirely as formulaic as you would think between Lesnar and Lashley. They power move after power move after power move. Lashley got him in the hurt lock. Brock pulled suplexes after suplexes and pulled an F5, and Lashley did spears, and it was,
Meh! Bunch of muscle guys fighting.
Yeah. And then, finally, Heyman betrayed Brock to Roman Reigns, who
Okay, wait a minute. Hold up. First of all, Brock Lesnar was gonna put Bobby Lashley in an F5 and hit the ref. And then, well, you have to tell these people that they might not know.
It's true. It's not like they would have watched the show.
They would have watched the show. Maybe they don't have pay-per-view. I don't know. And then Reigns came out, speared fucking Lesnar.
Yep. Hit him with the title belt.
And then stared Paul Heyman down like he was about to kill him. and then Paul Heyman gave the belt to Reigns, and Reigns hit freaking Lesnar, and then Bobby Lashley came in Lesnar the fucking championship. We'll rant about that later.
Yeah. And let's just say
the only good thing about that match. Okay, I'm sorry, let me interrupt you. The only good thing about that match when I was watching it with my friend, they were like, I'll give you $20 if Lesnar wins. I want $20.
Hooray! Congratulations! Well done.
I honestly think I was like, yeah, cool. I'm gonna get $20. In the back of my head goes, there ain't no way I'm getting this $20. I act like I know what I'm talking about. Though I'm like, yeah, he gonna win. He gonna win. Bobby Lashley gonna win. I mean, I just
like I said, this match was incredibly boring.
It really,
I have to say.
Yes.
I mean, as a match, if you like seeing Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar beat on each other, then I'm sure it was absolutely a riot. The match itself was so formulaic and so boring that I used it as my pee break. And considering I saw it the day after, I could just pause the computer. That I think says something about how little I cared.
Right. I have thought, but I want to save it for my rant.
We're saving it. It was it was the right way to go with Lashley winning. We said that last week. We predicted Lashley would win, and we said it was the right way to go. The problem is involving Reigns. Well, we'll get back to that later. But
Yeah,
it's getting ever more clear that this was just a gimmick match, and they are still building towards Reigns and Lesnar.
yes.
That is what they're building towards.
Right.
Because we
Exactly.
need that again. We have had two. I mean, in the last 5 years, we have twice had Reigns versus Brock as the main event of WrestleMania. So we absolutely needed a third time in 5 years.
Obviously,
Very
duh.
important.
Duh.
It's very important. We couldn't live without that match.
Alright, well.
But Bobby winning was the right thing to happen. Now we just need someone who actually is a human being instead of a sentient piece of plywood to win the title from Lashley.
Yep. Well, let's just move on.
Yeah.
We got the couple versus the grit couple.
Yeah, I like that. I kind of like that one. This is pretty good.
The Miz and Maurice versus Edge and Beth Phoenix.
Yeah,
the Glamazon.
The Glamazon and the Rated R Superstar.
And this?
Or whatever he calls himself these days.
I don't know.
I don't know either. I like the Rated R Superstar. I like that moniker. This was... So I think this was my favorite match of the evening.
Yeah, me too. I really liked
it. Wasn't like as good as I thought it would have been, but again, I think that has something to do with the fact that because it's a Rumble match, it was fairly short. And they had to go through all the stuff. They had to go through, Maurice attacking from behind while people were distracted. They had to go through Beth actually pulling moves on the Miz because, of course, she would, and so on and so on. They had a lot of story beats they had to go through. So I do feel like this match could have benefited from another 5 minutes. But
definitely.
But what we got was good and fun, and that's the important thing.
I agree.
I wasn't bored. I enjoyed the match.
I enjoyed the double spear.
Yeah.
And the glam slam.
Double spear, and then won the match with the double glam slams.
It was very, very awesome.
Like I said, I don't mind. Like I said last week, I don't mind Eth and Beth winning. I would have thought they would give it to Miz and Maurice.
That's what I would have thought too if they wanted to continue, but I guess they didn't
continue the storyline. But
I mean, they can still continue the storyline depending.
Yeah. And again, I don't really mind. I mean, I legitimately don't mind. Also, again, stories like this, you can do almost what you want with them because it's not about. I know this is coming out of my mouth, and Tori is going to say something about a name starting with M and ending with Arc, but stories or matches like this isn't as story dependent as a lot of other things. If they want to continue this rivalry, they will find a way to continue this rivalry. And it doesn't really matter. It's about watching Edge and Beth beat on the annoying heels. That's what this is about.
Yeah, you Mark.
I'll change my name, then you'll have to...
I already did.
My name is now Mark. Toya changed it for me.
Totally Mark. Anyways, yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed the match. I think Maurice did pretty good. And Maurice did the Hurricane Rana. She was so surprised. She was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like on Edge.
Yeah, again, I think people tend to underestimate how... Listen, I know she's had kids and there's a lot of stuff involved there. She hasn't been in the ring very much. I think people are underestimating just how good Maurice actually is. I mean, she'll never be a Becky. She'll never be, well, a Beth. She'll never be one of those where you want to see them as wrestlers more than valets or managers or whatever.
In the Divas area, she was awesome.
Can wrestle.
She can wrestle. She's a very good wrestler.
Yeah,
You know, you gotta
she
give
really
her.
was.
She really was
I mean,
good.
yeah.
You gotta give her credit. I mean, I think because she was from the Divas era, and it's like,
I think it has something.
oh.
And again, no, she is not a natural wrestler. I mean, she's one of she really is one of the last survivors from the Divas era, where having big tits and a pretty face was a lot more important than actual skill. But
But
of
I.
those people in that era, she was one of the best.
And then I mean, also,
I mean,
look at her husband. I'm pretty
I
sure her husband, helps her a lot too. With because
oh,
he's a
absolutely.
very good wrestler.
I'm sure they're training to. Just like Steph got a lot better in the ring once she started actually training almost daily with Triple H, right?
Right? Yeah.
But yeah, Maryse is better than people think, even if she doesn't get a chance to show it very often. Never a world champion style wrestler these days, but definitely one of the best to come out of at least the late Divas age. I mean, for a while there, from around 2005 to around 2015, Natalia, AJ Lee, and Paige were basically the only ones who could actually wrestle.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, the Bellas to a certain degree, but there was a lot more people who absolutely.
The Bellas worked their way up to
Yeah,
being.
let's put it like that.
Yeah, because
The
like
Bellas
when they
didn't
first
start
came
out
out, I was
so
like,
great.
like the only cool thing about the Bella with the twin magic trick thing when they switched.
Yeah, let me put it like this. I actually think Maryse is equally good as the Bellas was back in those days.
Fair
The
enough.
Bellas have become better because they survived into like the actual women's era.
Right, exactly.
But yeah. Anyway, yeah, Eth and Beth won with a double spear into a couple of glam slams. Nice to see the glam slam again. Also, by the way, it's one of those finishes I kind of like.
All right, well, let's go on to the main
To the
event.
men's.
And the main event.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just name them off. Here we go.
We're not gonna be angry.
No,
We're
we're
not.
not. We're gonna name them. We got number 1, AJ Styles.
Yep.
Number 2,
Number 1.
it's Shinsuke Nakamura. Got number 3, Austin
Nakamura.
Theory. Got number 4, Bob Roode. Got number 5. What the hell was number 5? Oh, Ryder Holland. I don't know who that is.
Rich Holland.
Rich Holland, whatever. I don't know who that is. Never heard of that person.
That is the guy who is mostly running around. He is the protege of Sheamus right now.
I know that much. That's what they told me in the thing, but I don't know who he is personally. But anyways,
I think it came up actually from. I think he's one of those who came up from NXT UK, actually, which is probably why a lot of people have not really heard of him.
Okay.
Anyway, move on.
Number 6, we got Montez Ford. Number 7, we got Damien Priest. Number 8, Sami Zayn. Number 9, we got Johnny Knoxville.
Johnny Knoxville.
Number 10, we got Andrew Dawkins. And number 11, Omos. Number 12, Ricochet. Number 13, Chad Gabriel. I didn't know they won the belts. When did that happen?
Yeah,
I know they obviously beat it. Yeah, they have. They're the
yeah,
champion.
they won the tag team titles from RK Bro on I think
Raw?
the first Raw after day 1.
Okay, I didn't know that.
I think it was before I flew back from the US. I was in the US around New Year's, guys. Well, we talked about that when we were doing our day 1 stuff.
Right. Well, we got number 14, Dominic Mysterio. Number 15, Happy Corbin. We got number 16, Dolph Ziggler. 17 is Sheamus. Number 18 is Rick Boggs. Number 19 is Madcap Moss. Number 20 was Riddle. Number 21 was Drew McIntyre. 22 was Kevin Owens. 23 was Rey Mysterio. 24 was Kofi Kingston. 25 was Otis. 26 was Big E. 27 was... Who the hell was number 27?
Bunny.
Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny actually did pretty good.
He did. He's really good.
He was really
He could
good.
be a wrestler if he wanted to.
Right?
I mean, his bunny destroyer still depends on being with someone who is really agile, be it John Morrison or Riddle these days, since Bad Bunny isn't actually doing much himself. But based on the work he's putting in, he could do stuff.
Oh yeah,
He
definitely.
really can.
Number 28, Shane McMahon. 29 with Randy Orton, and number 30. Let's just say that.
Xavier Woods returning.
Let's just say number 30 for later. Well, let's talk about these other 29.
Woods returning.
Yeah, it wasn't 20. It wasn't Xavier Woods. It would have been cool. But he has a leg.
Cool.
But he has a really bad leg injury right now, so he won't be back for a while. But we'll talk about the first 29, and then we will talk about number 30.
Yeah.
We'll
skip. Well.
We'll tell you who number 30 is today. We're not gonna wait till tomorrow, guys. You'll know today, but we're gonna we gotta season this for you.
Sure.
Oh, we're gonna have problems tomorrow.
Yeah. Anyway, we started out with AJ and Shinsuke, and I like that because those two work really well together.
They really do,
and it sort of starts the match on a good in a good way.
I mean, AJ was my pick.
Absolute same here, by the way. When I really came down to it, maybe it's just me. I feel really sad about what they're doing with Robert Roode. Robert Roode is such an awesome wrestler, super good wrestler, and they're not doing anything with him.
No, they're really not.
I mean, him being in a tag team with Ziggler, both him and Ziggler are criminally underused. And in this case, he came in, he stared down AJ Styles, and he was thrown right back out again.
Bye, Roode!
Bye, Roode.
That was rude.
Overall, this was okay. I mean, the Johnny Knoxville thing was pointless.
The Johnny Knoxville thing was so fucking stupid. I would just imagine it's because he has a movie coming out.
It's entirely because he has a movie coming out, yes. And I'm pretty sure that movie is one of the sponsors of the show.
Yes, so that's probably why.
Johnny Knoxville came in, he looked at Sami Zayn, and he got pancaked and thrown back out again. It was absolutely pointless.
No point at all, except for advertisement and money for
Omos,
WWE.
on the other hand, I liked what they did with Omos.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Omos threw out a couple of people, Damien Priest actually, plus the entirety of the Street Profits. But then he was eliminated really quickly. They finally
by everybody that was in the ring at the time.
Literally everyone in the ring eliminated him. This is the thing that every fan have been screaming. Why don't you just eliminate Kane? Why don't you just eliminate Braun Strowman? Why
are you keeping them around? Right? They're like, do the whole Andre Giant
this
thing.
Did it?
Like, eliminate. It was funny because Chad Gable was like, I got a plan, guys, I got a plan. Damien, go get him. You're bigger than him.
That was brilliant. Damien, yeah, I got a plan. We will all attack him, but we'll do it one at a time. Damien, go first. And then Damien went and got thrown out, and Chad Gable was like, well, that got rid of him. Attack him all together. Damien Priest, you should know better than do stuff like that. But there we are.
That was funny. I was like, oh god.
But yeah, I like the way they got rid of Omos. Again, everyone fought back and forth.
It kind of make Omos look good too, so.
Yeah, it does. It worked really well. I said I felt the women's match felt a bit messy to me because it was like, it kind of felt like the momentum of the match was start and stop. This one just felt sloppy.
Well, you were talking about it earlier about having the storylines constantly being changed
and moved around, and I don't exactly know. Kofi actually looked like he was going to do exactly what we predicted on Monday. On Thursday, and then as he was thrown from the ring to the outside edge, he just missed it and hit the floor instead. Complete botch. Kofi was in the match less than 25 seconds.
Yeah, he wasn't in there out long at all.
I think he was the one who was in there the shortest because he went into the ring, was thrown out, supposed to land on the barricade, and then probably do something, except that he missed the way he was supposed to land, and both feet hit the floor. Bye!
Yeah, it was blotched, it's bad camera angles and
considering
everything.
Considering what Kofi has done over the years, it was probably inevitable that it would go wrong eventually.
Right.
But it just felt, for me, it just felt emblematic of the whole thing. It was like no one really knew what the point of this match was.
Oh, there was a point.
Usually the match, I mean, the match itself is fun. The match itself is always fun. And I think the match was, for the most part, okay fun. But most of these matches has a point. They are building up either internal storylines or building up
they're building
people.
up something. My anger.
Yes, but we'll get to that. But this one just felt like very weird people eliminated very weird people. Dolph Ziggler got eliminated by Rey Mysterio and Bad Bunny.
Yeah, what the fuck was that?
I don't have a problem with Bad Bunny eliminating Dolph Ziggler. That makes sense based on last year's Mania. But why the hell was Rey Mysterio part of it?
No idea.
Why did Chad Gable suddenly eliminate Ray Boogs? Why wasn't Rick Boogs? Why wasn't Boogs and Nakamura in the ring together? Why did Dominic get eliminated before Ray came in? Why did Chad Gable get eliminated before Otis came in?
I don't know.
There was a lot of weird stuff there.
I mean, even Montez Ford going on. I don't know. I have no idea.
I don't know.
I'm not a writer.
Like I just felt this one felt pointless and sloppy.
It felt like it was rushed.
Yeah, that's actually the better word for it. It was almost super short. It was only like 50 minutes.
Yeah, I felt like it was rushed, and I don't know if it was because they had the day one, and then they had to like change shit around because of what happened at day one.
Think that has to. I mean, again, I saw someone say this is just the dirt sheets. They're not always right. But I saw someone from the dirt sheet say, again, they changed the storyline for this match more than 20 times in the last 2 weeks. Obviously, that also means that no one would have had time to, like, plan out spots or anything. So I really do think you're right. I really do think it was rushed and sloppy.
It was really sloppy.
No one knew what they were doing in
there. It wasn't like a good sloppy joke. It was just sloppy.
Yeah, just sloppy.
Like
and
a mess.
Of course, then
Number 30!
Number 30!
Oh,
do you
God.
want to do it?
No.
Right, number 30.
Not
we are
really.
ready for this. We had good people in the ring at this point, by the way. We had Big E. We had Shane McMahon. We had Randy Orton. We had Big E. We had a lot of
Drew McIntyre, Bad Bunny.
Kevin Owens was still in there.
Yeah.
We had good people in there. And then number 30, Borg Laser.
Because, they got to show that down our throats some more.
It was Brock Lesnar.
Let me tell you something, guys. As soon as Brock Lesnar's music came out, I stopped watching. I left. Yeah. I was like, there's no point for me to watch me no more. I don't care. No.
The second Brock, the same thing happened here. The second Brock Lesnar came in, I watched this morning, actually, before work. The second Brock Lesnar came in, I switched off the sound and went to brush my teeth. And when I came back, he had won the match.
Yeah,
Brock Lesnar, the winner of the Royal Rumble 2022, was in the match not even 3 minutes.
Nope.
Not even 3 minutes.
It's like
eight of the most powerful and important and high-ranking wrestlers in the company in the ring when he came out, and he had won the match not 3 minutes later. Welcome to well, we'll get to that in the next video. Let's just say for now, that
was like when Brock Lesnar fucking did the whole Money in the Bank in 2020, and it was like the last person.
Yeah,
I'm
something
like
that.
fucking
Let's just say that this way of booking it is exactly why the match itself, the overall match, was a letdown. Because everyone knew what was going to happen at the end, and nothing else could possibly matter.
Right.
And I don't know if this allowed.
He won because he eliminated Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, he last eliminated Drew McIntyre. The last four I think was Shane, Bad Bunny. No, sorry.
No, you're right.
No, it was Shane,
Bad Bunny,
and
McIntyre, and
Drew
Lesnar.
McIntyre and Lesnar.
What a combination! Yeah. What a group of four.
I was like, all right, that's another thing. All due respect to Bad Bunny. All due respect to Shane. Everyone knows I love Shane.
Yeah, I was glad to see Shane.
McMahon and Bad Bunny should not be eliminated as fourth from last and second from last. Third from last in the Royal Rumble.
Right?
They just
like how much
shouldn't.
Pay for that, Bad Bunny. Come on.
Yeah. I mean, again, no offense to Bad Bunny.
Hey, no, I like Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny, as we said last year,
Bad Bunny
is the only celebrity I want to see again.
Right. Bad Bunny has like a good mark on my Bad Bunny has a good mark in my book as far as celebrity wrestlers go.
Yeah.
Cause I mean, we're like, who the hell is this guy? Oh wait, he's actually doing.
Really good, and he's putting effort into.
Right. I'm like, okay, you know, I'll give you your props. But like you said, the last four, this was so sloppy, so messy, and so rushed.
That is exactly the words we are looking for. Yeah.
But you know, I have more to say, but I'm gonna save it for the next video for tomorrow.
So but again, overall thoughts about the show. Brock Lesnar won, of course, so that means he's going to go on to face Roman, as was always the plan.
Always.
This was not the plan. This was not how the original plan was, because that would call for a completely different result at day one. But you know, Roman getting the dreaded coof or whatever it was, kind of
got the fucking
followed that whole thing up and kind of destroyed every last storyline. And fucked up totally both Seth and Big E. Good job, Roman. You couldn't have. Okay,
you're ranting. Save it for later. Save it for later.
Later. Anyway, overall,
Jesus.
I was disappointed this year.
Yeah, this was not a very good Rumble.
I mean, everyone knows just how fond I am of the Royal Rumble. Beth and the Grit versus It couple was a good match. Becky Lynch had a good match with Doudrop. Rollins and Reigns had good matches, but that's not really enough to pull it up when both Rumbles are underwhelming. Not bad, but underwhelming.
Word. So what would you give this out of 1 out of 10? Yeah.
6.
Really? I'll give it a 5.
It was better than an average pay-per-view because it's the Rumble. The Rumble is still fun. I mean, you really have to fuck things up if the Rumble isn't going to be fun. Even the year where Brock and Drew together eliminated like 90% of the roster between them. I felt like the Rumble was fun. And it still is this year for both women and men. But yeah, this was... I usually say that whenever we do the end of year thing, which ones were our favorite of the year, the Rumble is...
Nobody did it once.
Will always be there. I don't think it will be there this year.
I don't even think we'll be here this year, to be honest with you.
That's something completely different. We'll get to that in the next video. We're trying to stay positive here. Mostly.
Are we? Okay, well... Okay. Anyways, guys, we're going to end this video because this is like almost an hour.
Yeah.
Going. And we have more to go. So, anyways, guys, thanks for watching.
Bye.
I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.